Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this act like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want to stop it. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas outside, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETFs, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call it short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETFs. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? And make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? And make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? And make profits. That TTG money gang, and making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everyone? What's going on, folks? Oh, boy. Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward Parinati. I go by Michael Edward. I'm the head trader and co-founder of True Trading Group. And for those that did not know, we are a Benzinga FinTech Awards finalists for Best Data Analysis Tool, and we're currently the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university-level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, and individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. There's literally something for everyone here at True Trading Group. Now, if you're wondering why I should probably listen to anything it is that I have to say on this live, it's not because I think I'm the world's greatest trader. It's because I was lucky enough to not have to figure this stuff out on my own by watching YouTube videos and sitting in Discord chats. I began my career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, my first job out of college, where they had me go through an educational training program before they let me touch $1 of the fund's money. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession, the big stock market crash, but it was also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group, along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff. We've helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. We've got members in 115 different countries, about 10,000 members worldwide. And if you guys are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live on this channel with myself, other mods, and special guests drop golden nuggets to give you free lessons, education, trade ideas, and market commentary that can help you guys all become better traders. If you've not yet done so, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, make sure you never miss out on any of these live streams. We're dropping golden nuggets on a regular basis. Next week is going to be a really big week. Okay. It's going to be a really big week. We got mega cap tech earnings that are coming up, and the start of earnings have not been great, right? Alphabet, big disappointment. Tesla, big disappointment. Those stocks have gotten their heads taken off of those earnings. So Tesla with the big gap down, the big gap down, Alphabet with the big gap down and sell off. And then you got Alphabet. It was just kind of throwing salt on the wound with Search GPT, OpenAI launching their Search GPT, which is going to directly compete with Google. And that gave Alphabet another leg to the downside even after their earnings. So that stock is, trading significantly down off of its highs. Really, the NASDAQ 100 in general has seen a really significant pullback off the highs. The NASDAQ 100 actually is pretty close to that correction territory, down about 10% on the NASDAQ 100. The S&P was down around 5% after the pullback that we experienced this week. A little bit of a bounce back day in the markets today. Now, I've been on this YouTube channel for the last 2 weeks, and I've been pretty vocal about expecting this pullback. And we talked about it last week, and we went over with you guys on my Sunday live stream some great trade ideas this week that ended up panning out very nicely. Every Sunday night, I go over my analysis for the week, my top trade ideas for the week. I literally just lay out my game plan for you on how I intend on making money for the week. And a lot of those trades worked out very well this week. It was a really nice week for us inside of TTG, some really big wins. I'm going to do the exact same thing this Sunday. So if you guys are not subscribed yet, you want to make sure you set your notifications for Sunday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, because I'm going to go live again on this YouTube channel right here. And I'm going to go over with you my exact game plan on how I'm going to make money. We got a comment here from Rui Pinho. What's up, Rui? Says, Mike, I started with you this past week. I'm up 81% this week. Thank you. And my nephew, Carlos Marino, who told me about your group. Thanks again. Single dad of triplet girls, need every penny possible. Yeah, Carlos is, that's awesome. Rui, Carlos is actually a lifetime member of True Trading Group. Carlos, if I'm not mistaken, Carlos is a lifetime member at TTG. Rui, so congratulations, man. Welcome to the group. I'm glad to see you guys. I'm glad to see you part of the community now. And, happy to see a family trading together. So your nephew and now yourself, and you're up 81% in just 1 week. That's absolutely incredible, man. Congratulations. That's beautiful. I absolutely love to see that. Love to see that. All right. So Rui, welcome to the family. See, guys, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much for you guys to be able to reach your goals. A lot of people are closer to their goals than they actually think. Way to go, my boy Jimmy. What's up, brother? How are you? Had a great day. 50% gain on SQ calls, Carvana calls, and AMD calls. A 100% gain on SPY puts and Alphabet calls. Great job, my boy Jimmy. Hope you're doing well, man. Glad to see you here. Yeah, I hope everybody had a nice week this week. It really was an extremely volatile week, and it played out exactly the way that we drew it. I was literally on this live stream Sunday night, and I told everybody that I expected the markets to drop down into that 50-day moving average. We were bearish coming into the week, positioned for it, capitalized on it, and got a big move down here. As you can see, that the pullback that started last week continued this week. And then I was on the live stream just yesterday, and I told you guys yesterday that if after the PCE data that came out this morning, and you can go back and you can watch my live stream. They're all on this YouTube channel. You go back, you can watch my live stream from last Sunday where I told you guys I think the markets are headed lower this week. You can go back and you can watch my live stream from yesterday where I told you I think the market's going to move higher today. I said specifically, I'm going to wait and see how the markets react to the PCE data. And I said, if the markets are gapping up after PCE data comes out, and I even said, if the market's at 542, I think it's going to be a nice long day. And I think you can see a little bit of a relief bounce today. It's exactly what you got today. PCE inflation data came out basically in line with expectations. You had some areas of the PCE that was a little bit hotter than expected, but consumer spending down, consumer consumption down, lighter than expected, and people still fully pricing in and expecting rate cuts to start in September. So that is still the case. And after the PCE data came out at 8:30, the markets were just sitting there at 542. And I said, okay, if we're sitting there at 542, I think today is going to be a long day. And I think that you're going to look for bounce backs today. And the watch list from an intraday basis was dominated by long ideas. The only short idea that was actually on the list today was follow through downside on the short for Ford. But we had bound like little dip buy longs on Apple. We had longs on United Health. There was a lot of different stocks that gave you these little bit of a relief bounce, right? And a lot of it was in tech, but yet other areas of the market like United Health did really well. Boeing had a really nice day. So it was kind of a strong day for the Dow as well. Just a nice overall bounce back in the markets. Now, I still think that there's more depth to this pullback. I don't think that yesterday was the low of this pullback. Sure, could the markets bounce back to 549, 551? We certainly could do that. But if you get even one of these mega cap tech companies give you disappointing earnings next week, anything like you saw from Alphabet or Tesla, then I think this market's headed lower. And I think the area that you have to focus on for that pullback would then be right into here. Okay. Right into there would be my target for the markets for next week. But again, I'm going to say this very clearly. I only think you get to that level next week if Microsoft or Apple or Meta, if they give you a disappointing earnings announcement, disappointing AI spending or AI results, disappointing guidance going forward or anything like that. If you get something like that from the likes of a Meta or a Microsoft, then I think this market's headed lower, because the market has proven to us lately. We've had some decent rotation go on where the Dow and the Russell 2000 were moving higher, while the NASDAQ and the S&P were pulling back. But the reality is that the technology sector is just way too large of a sector in the S&P, that if companies like Microsoft or Alphabet or Meta or Amazon or Apple, if those stocks are going to move to the downside, then the market's going to move to the downside with it. You might just get specific areas like the Russell, the Dow might move higher, but the S&P and the NASDAQ are going to move lower. And that's where we base the predominantly the most of our trading. We base it off of the S&P and the NASDAQ. So I would expect there to be a drop further in the index of the NASDAQ and the S&P if you were to get something like that next week. Now, Sunday, I am going to give you my thoughts and my analysis on what we can expect from earnings next week. So again, you want to make sure that you turn on notifications. Don't miss out on any of these streams, because Sunday I'm going to give you the detailed game plan. The other thing that I would recommend that you do is at least join our trial, because this is going to be a very important week. It's going to be a very volatile week. If you thought the markets were volatile this week, next week is going to be even more volatile than this. And volatility equals money-making opportunities. I'm telling you now, do not try to trade through all these mega cap tech earnings by yourself. You're going to get yourself spun around. You're going to miss out on really great opportunities, or even worse, you're going to lose money. So my advice to you is to go to ttgtrial.com. That's ttgtrial.com and our free trial. It is 7 trading days. You don't have to wait until Monday to join. It's 7 trading days. So Saturday and Sunday do not count against your 7-day trial. Just go to ttgtrial.com now, join the trial, and then familiarize yourself with the platform, go through some of the sample courses, and then get your butt in chat on Monday. Download the mobile app. It's available for iPhone and Android. It'll make sure that you guys will receive real-time push notifications the moments that our moderators enter and exit positions in real time. You're going to want to get those alerts. You're going to want to pay attention to them, because the moderators and I collectively as a group have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate on all of our executions of just around 80% now, going on roughly the last 5 years. We upload all of our trading records and activity from our brokerage accounts onto the TTG website each and every single day. You see every entry, every take profit, and every stop out. You see all the wins, all the losses, all the break evens. They're right there for you guys to see on the website. So again, go to ttgtrial.com, get notified when we enter these positions. I don't care that you have a busy full-time job. 82% of our members have a full-time job. They use that mobile app. That's how they're able to benefit from the things that we do here in True Trading Group. So again, go to ttgtrial.com, 7-day trial. It's free. Go join it and then get your butts in chat. Let's trade together next week. All right. Perfect. Let's kind of dive in, and we'll talk about some of the action. Talk about some of the action here from this week, and just walk you through kind of why the markets kind of did what they did here because we dropped into a very key and important support level on the SPY, and it just took you right down to fill this open gap. This gap was never backfilled and never tested. We had this big gap up to all-time highs back in June. I actually think this might have been was this the CPI day? I forgot, was this CPI? I don't know if that was CPI or maybe that was, I got a feeling that might have been the CPI day that gave you that gap up. But nonetheless, you had the gap up to new all-time highs, and then you never filled and closed that gap, right? So you draw a line across that gap fill. It's right here. And then that's exactly where we dropped into yesterday, which is why I said to people on the live stream yesterday that I thought we could see a little bit of a bounce back today. But what I'm looking for is I'm not looking for the market to do this, right? I'm not looking for us to go back up and put in a new, a higher low. I'm looking for lower highs. So what I think that we might see here is I've got a resistance level right here around 549, 548 to 549. This is one resistance level, right? This was this little pivot support bottom, and then you gapped down on Wednesday. That became resistance. You had the big sell-off. You tried to bounce back yesterday and today, and you put in these two little sell-off topping tails up into the high 540s. I'm looking for this entire area to be resistance next week. I'm looking for this entire area to be resistance. Any bounces into this zone, I think, are met with selling pressure. And then I think that takes the markets back to the downside and eventually, eventually breaking that level and heading back down to this 100-day moving average. And that is where I think the markets are going to start to settle. And I think the markets are going to start to find their footing down in that region. But I think the catalyst that's needed to get that price action is a disappointment from one or more of your mega cap tech companies next week. So next week is not about inflation data. Next week is not necessarily even about the Fed. It is about earnings. And yes, we have a Fed meeting smacked right in the middle of it on Wednesday. So when I tell you that next week is going to be very, very volatile, there's a Fed meeting and there's mega cap tech earnings. It's going to be the most important week of the earnings season by far. It's already the most important week because of just the mega cap tech earnings alone. You have the largest, the biggest percentage of the S&P 500 is reporting earnings next week as far as market cap goes. And you have the Fed meeting smacked right in between in the middle of it. So I think there's going to be a ton of opportunities for us to make money next week. I'm going to leave you guys with, I'm going live on Sunday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you set your reminders. I'm going to be explaining to everybody my game plan and exactly how I'm going to make money next week. Yep. And then we got the Jackson Hole meeting coming up in August. So this is going to be really important. I don't expect from the Fed meeting, I don't expect Jerome Powell to signal the rate cut in September, because I don't think he wants the market's already priced it in. I don't think that he wants the market to go too far and really start to ease financial conditions. I think at the Jackson Hole speech, which is in August, I think that's when he'll probably signal that a rate cut is coming in September. Those are my thoughts. We'll see if I'm right about that. I just think that with no Fed meeting in August, I think it'll be too early. I think it'll be too early for Jerome Powell to signal the cuts coming in July. If there was a Fed meeting in August, then I would say they would signal at that Fed meeting in August, and then you get the cut in September. But there is no Fed meeting in August. There's just the Jackson Hole speech. All right. So those are my thoughts. Okay. So once again, go to ttgtrial.com, join the trial. It is totally free. You guys don't have to worry about upgrading to an annual membership. If you forget to cancel, there's no funny business like that. After your 7 days are up, and again, it's 7 trading days. It's not 7 calendar days. It's 7 trading days. You guys, it just expires. You never charge anything again. All right. So again, that is ttgtrial.com. Again, folks, that is ttgtrial.com. Set your reminder, Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going live. Hope you guys have a wonderful, splendid, and amazing, incredible weekend. Get some rest because you're going to need it. Next week is going to be important. We're going to blow the lid off this thing. It's been a great month of July. It's been a great summer. Typically, the summer trading is a little bit slower, a little bit less volatile. Not this year. This year, we've seen tons of new highs. We've seen a 10% pullback in the NASDAQ 100. Saw a 5% pullback in the S&P. You saw a 12% rally, 14% rally in the Russell. I mean, this has all happened in the last 2 months, right? There's been so much opportunity in this market. You've seen Tesla move all over the place. You saw Tesla run up huge, run down huge. You've seen a huge move in Bitcoin back up into the high 60s from the low 50s. This has all happened in the last June and July when markets are supposed to slow down. Not this environment, man. Not this environment. All right. So have a wonderful weekend, folks. Again, that's ttgtrial.com. For those of you that are not yet members, make sure you guys sign up. Otherwise, join me Sunday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern